I'm O.W. Root, and this is Pleasant Peninsula. Different seasons have different foods. Yes, this is obvious. Yeah, you can eat a burger in the middle of winter. I eat a burger in the middle of winter. Who doesn't? And yeah, you can even be a psycho like me and grill in the middle of February. You can shovel a little path out on your deck and stand over the grill when it's a blizzard and grill up some burgers on the grill. And they taste great, but they don't taste perfect. They're not spiritually right. We all know that the burger is spiritually right when it's 80 degrees outside, the sun's beating down on your forehead. You just labored over the charcoal. You don't need that heat, but you're battling the heat anyway because you want that taste. Because everybody knows charcoal tastes better than gas. Yeah, I use gas sometimes, but charcoal tastes better. And then it's summer, June, July, August. That is when the burger is most right. And so what is winter food? Well, the first one that comes to mind is soup. Soup and stew. You know, soup and stew, they get a bad rap. Maybe they don't get a bad rap. That might not be the right way to put it. Maybe they're just unrecognized heroes. Because the truth is, everybody loves a good soup. When you're sick, chicken noodle soup, everybody loves it. A nice, hearty stew. My wife makes just the best stew. She makes it on Friday nights sometimes in the winter, and it's beef, potatoes, onions, carrots. It's this huge pot of this stuff. And it smells just unbelievable. And it's the stuff that puts meat on your bones, or it sticks to your ribs, how they say in the old days. Dip some bread in there. It tastes amazing. It feels so good, that just bowl of warm mush. It's not mush, but it is. This bowl of warm slop. And I'm using that term kind of to drive the point home that when we're in the winter, the truth is we don't want or need the same kind of flourishes that we need in other seasons. We just want something to get us warm. You come in from the outside, whether you're skiing, whether you're hiking, whether you're walking, whether you're taking the garbage out, and you don't want to take the garbage out, and it's 2 degrees outside. You just want something to warm you. Rub your hands together, go like this. And you come in and you sit in front of this bowl of piping hot stew or soup. The heartier, the better. The thicker, the better. In a certain sense, it sounds weird. The uglier, the better. That's the thing. That's why it's hard to take pictures of soup and stew. Usually I have a bunch of beautiful pictures here, but it's hard to take a beautiful picture of soup and stew because its point is not to be beautiful. Its point is to warm you up. The point is to keep you healthy. Every mom gives their kid chicken noodle soup when they're sick. And that's obviously a metaphor for winter. It's appropriate that it's a food for winter. When I look at the back out here, nobody's doing any landscaping. I don't really do any landscaping anyway. Nobody's doing any gardening. There's no beautiful hedges. In fact, a lot of the trees are sinking down under the weight of the snow. Everybody's inside. You're not really worried even about how your house looks apart from lights in the winter. You're just hunkering down until it's warm again and you can get outside. Nobody's doing home improvements in the winter. You're just trying to make it through. And that's what soup is. Soup is the quintessential winter food. It's good for you. And it's spiritually just right. And it gets the job done just right. Have you ever been to the House of Bottles? Well, I have. And I want to show it to you. So let's roll that video.
In Calava, on the corner of Waxy and Kauko, there's a house made of bottles. John Makinen was born in 1871 in Finland, came to Calava in 1903, owned Northwestern Bottling Works for some time, and then built a bottle house out of 60,000 flawed and unused bottles from the factory he owned. Since then, the home was bought by the Calava Historical Society and turned into a museum, honoring both the Makinen family and the Finnish heritage of this little town. The bottle house is a funny idea. Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book, doesn't it? It's an old-timey idea, too. Back in the days when Makinen built his house, people didn't have much money. The generations that lived through the Great Depression, times were tough. We don't have any money, you make do with what you've got. That's what they did back then. How much money did Makinen save by using those 60,000 bottles when building his house? quite a bit, I'm sure. There's a Finnish word, sisu. It's hard to translate into English, but it means something like grit and determination. There's something sisu in Calumet, and something sisu, the bottle house.
It's an incredible story, isn't it? It's an incredible place. It's a time warp and an ethno warp. It's a time warp because it feels like it's the early 20th century. I haven't updated anything. The bathroom, the kitchen, everything looks exactly the same, essentially. It's an ethno warp because it feels like old world Finland. I mean, it's unbelievable. All of this stuff, these pictures, these maps, these plates, these decorations, just all this incredible stuff. It feels like you're transported. It's a little slice of Finland here in the middle of the deep north. This little house made of bottles. It's incredible. And I also love that word sisu. You know, language is interesting. I didn't know that word until I was at the bottle house. But then once I knew that word, once I learned that word, that means grit, determination, hardiness, and 5 other things as well. It's one of those words that means more than you can put into a word. It's more of a sense or a feeling. And once I learned that word, it kind of explained something that I felt, but I didn't know I felt. Does that make sense? That's an interesting thing about language and words like that. And I've been thinking about it ever since, and it's just such an appropriate word for what is needed for life in the deep north. And I also love the guy who was at the bottle house, Mike Bagley. You saw him in the video. He's friendly, he was nice. When we came in, he said he was just about falling asleep. Because, you know, I don't think many people go to the bottle house on a Sunday in late December. It's only open 4 hours a day, 2 days a week, Saturday and Sunday, this time of the year. But he took us around, he walked us around, told us everything, explained everything. He was super friendly, just so nice, informative, and helpful. And then when we were getting ready to leave, I was looking at a cup. You know, they have mugs and they have shirts and stuff like that. And I was looking at it and I said, please tell me you guys take card. He said, no, they don't take cash. And I, like an idiot, did not have any cash. You're supposed to bring cash everywhere. I didn't. Fool. So I said, I only have card. He said, what were you looking at? And I really was hesitant to tell him what I was looking at because I suspected. I knew what he was going to do. And I reluctantly told him. And he said, let me take a look at that. And he looked at this mug. He said, see, there's a chip there. We can't have that displayed. Take it for free. Nice guy. Too nice. He had an incredible story too. Told me all about how he used to be a prison guard downstate. And then when he heard they were making a prison up north, he came up north. Told me how he spent some time on the Fiji Islands. He used to live in West Africa. Showed me he loves living up north now. Showed me a video of a bear in his backyard on his phone. It's incredible the people you meet. So many stories. If you just talk to people, just listen, be friendly, open up. It's incredible the people you meet in this world. And I was happy I met him at the bottle house. Great guy. The best of Northern Michigan. I'm O.W. Root from Michigan Enjoyer.